Welcome to the Move That Matters. This is Susie Tatum with Keller Williams in East Tennessee. And if you've watched the episodes prior in the Buyer Roadmap series, you will see that we have been approved and we've built the search, and now comes the exciting part, and it is touring the homes. So today we are going to discuss that. So here's something that buyers do not realize. Buying a house is not about buying the prettiest one. I've told you guys, I think this time and time again, but it's about finding the right one. And today I'm going to share how to tour homes like a smart buyer and not an emotional buyer. First, there's not going to be a perfect house. I wish I could tell you that the perfect house exists, but it doesn't. You guys are going to realize that every home is going to ask for a trade. And maybe it's the perfect kitchen, but the yard is too small. Maybe it's beautiful acreage, but it's 20 minutes farther from town than you had wished. The goal isn't perfection, it's finding the home that fits your life. So know your non-negotiables, and we talked about this before. Before we step into a house, I want buyers to know three things. What are absolutes? What would simply be nice? And what is the deal breaker? When you don't know these answers, every house starts looking good. And then you get a little bit frustrated. But I don't want you to buy the paint. I've said this before in Lakeway Market Matters, and I said it in the previous video, I think. Don't let paint stop you from buying your home. Paint changes in a weekend. And cabinets, they can be painted. Floors can be replaced, and lighting fixtures can be updated. Your location, you can't change that. Views, can't really change that either. The amount of land, you can't change that either. So look at the things that cannot be changed. Look beyond the furniture. Professional staging, it's wonderful, but you're not buying that furniture. Picture the room empty. Can your furniture fit? Does your dining room table work? Is there room to move around? Can you gather all comfortably? Imagine your everyday life. Not the seller's, yours. Think 5 years ahead. I ask my buyers one question: will this home still work in 5 years? Will your family grow? Will you work from home? Do you need space for your hobbies? I know I do. Could aging parents move in someday? If you've talked about that. Buying isn't about today. Buying is later on down the road as well. And you need to pay attention to your neighborhood. The house definitely matters, but so does everything around it. I want you to drive through during the evening hours, visit on the weekend. I want you to notice the traffic, listen for the noise, look at how the neighbors, they maintain their homes. Remember, you're buying the neighborhood too. Once you get in there, it's kind of hard. But my job is to try to protect you from those things. Sometimes the buyers are surprised when I point out the problems. It's because I don't want you to discover them after closing. I'll tell you if I see something that's concerning. I'll remind you to look beyond the cosmetics. Sometimes I'll even tell you, I just don't think this house is for you. And that's because my job isn't to just sell you a house. It's to protect your investment. So when you know, you're going to know. People ask me, how will I know? Well, it's when you stop comparing it to the other homes that you've seen. You start picturing and planning where your furniture is going to go. You picture the holidays. You imagine drinking coffee on your front porch. That's when a house starts to really feel like a home. But even then, we still make smart decisions. Next week, we're going to talk about what happens when you find the right one and how much you should offer, how the negotiations work, and what happens if there are multiple offers. I'll walk you through everything you need to know before signing on the dotted line. Until then, I'm Susie Tatum, and this is The Move That Matters. And remember, every move matters, but the right move changes everything. See you next time.